Hello, I am Alicia and I'm coming to you from Brisbane in Queensland. I have been a homeschool mama for 8.5 years, although our journey has come to an end with my child having chosen to go to school. And she's on a most wonderful path, doing her own thing, chasing her dreams, and I'm really, really happy and proud of her. And I now have a whole lot of knowledge in my head that I get to impart to the homeschool community. I'm still in the homeschool Facebook groups and still help out with feedback when someone's asking a question like, how do I do this, or how do I help my child do that? And all of us mums go, we're typing away. This is what we did, and this is what worked for us. And you might want to think about this. And that's why the homeschool Facebook groups are really, really great help. So if you're not in the Facebook groups yet, I reckon just jump in them because the community is really, really helpful. We're all there to just encourage each other and just support each other and carry each other sometimes if need be. A big thing with homeschooling is that it does all fall on our shoulders, and that's really important to keep in mind because it's not like having your child at school where you almost get your hand held a little bit. Like, you're getting a million emails being sent from the school, you get reminders, you get letters, you get things like special days where the child gets to dress up for this theme and that theme, and all we're very used to all of this. We get that in the workplace as well. We're celebrating, I don't know, racing day, or we're celebrating Mother's Day, or and we're used to living life a certain way because that's how society has decided that it's going to be. But homeschooling is a little bit different in that, lo and behold, all of a sudden, none of it has to be that way at all. And it's on us. Don't let that scare you though. Don't let it scare you. The reason why I've started with that is because this next part that I want to share is really all about making things happen for your child. So homeschooling can be amazing in that it kind of forces us parents a little bit to just learn to push the envelope a little bit, like really get out there and speak up on behalf of our children and make things happen for our children. So for example, your child might be, let's say, interested in, I'm going to say something random like trains, right? And you might create a program for yourself in that the child gets to learn all about how trains are built, the history of trains. You might take your child to a train exhibition, maybe an old train, maybe you ride all the trains all over the city just because you can. That's what homeschool is for. It's all part of the learning and all part of the fun that we get to have. Maybe they go on an old choo-choo train excursion. Just maybe, you don't want your child, to do it all alone. Maybe you decide, what if there were other children interested in learning about trains in the homeschool community? And maybe you stop and think to yourself, oh, I wish there was an excursion created for homeschool children to go to the train exhibition that's on in this given month. And guess what? There might be, and that person might need to be you. So that's sort of where I'm getting at. We are here to support each other. We're also here to support each other in that way, because maybe your child has an interest in trains and there might be other children that are interested in trains, and other mums might be more than happy to come along. If you might just make that phone call to the museum and say, we've got a group of homeschoolers interested in coming along on this given date. Can you let me know how to make that booking, right? So I'm putting that out there because we are here to support each other, but we also can really need kind of all of us to just support ourselves in that way, support our kids, but also support each other in those kinds of ways as well. During my 8.5 years of homeschooling, there were many times, my child's an only child, so there were many times that I wanted my daughter to maybe just do a science experiment. And I thought to myself, this would be a bit boring if it was just me and her. So there were quite a few times that I created classes, classes to be held in my home. And I would just put a call out and say, on this date, on this time, at this time, morning tea and science experiment for children ages 6 to 10 at my house. Bring your morning tea, bring a packed morning tea for your child, and tea and coffee for the mums. And we'd get in. I'd sort of facilitate it. We might have had at any time for those kinds of things that I put on maybe 6 to 10 children. There were times when I learned over time to also say, okay, this is capped at 10 children, because where do you put them? You don't have a classroom to offer, you just have a home. You have a dining table, maybe you have an outdoor table in the back patio where you're going to do the science experiment. Maybe you just have your living room where you do your homeschooling, and that's where the kids are going to be. And so, yeah, and it was fun. I put on some art classes, or I put on some, and occasionally I would put in a story time. Hey kids, after this drawing class, where I'm going to read you a story, and things like that. So that's really, really important to have in mind as you go into the homeschool journey. For the first year or so, honestly, you're not expected to do that. I'm just talking about the fun that comes later on, and the opportunities that you get to create. That you get to create for your child, and it makes it fun and challenging and just incredible. You can create just about anything for your child. The most wonderful excursions that my daughter got to go on, because other mums in the community decided to do like me as well, and put on excursions and organise payments, collecting payments and that sort of thing. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Don't think that that's expected at all. I'm just mentioning this because if it is your cup of tea to be able to organise the odd thing like that, then you'll have a lot of fun with it. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say on here, is that we have a wonderful community, and you can reach out to us at any time in the Facebook groups, and you can really make homeschool what you will really, what your child wants it to be, what you want it to be, what your family needs it to be. I met a homeschool mum who was homeschooling her 5-year-old at the time because her mother was elderly and ailing in health, and she needed to be her mother's carer. So she decided that her 5-year-old child was going to do homeschooling 2 hours a week, first up in the morning, and then free play the rest of the day, so that she could just focus on her mum. And maybe as the child got older, maybe she continued with homeschooling, or maybe she went to school. So everybody has different reasons for homeschooling. All of our families have different needs, and you really, really do get to make it what you will. So welcome, and I'll see you in the next video.